It is Y105, Dubuque's #1 hit music station. My name is Steve Pulaski. My next guest is one I'm privileged to have on every year around this time. You know him as Svengoolie, a mainstay on MeTV every Saturday night. He's celebrating 46 years as the iconic horror host and the 4th year of his month-long Halloween BOO-Nanza, which features fright-filled, spooky, and kooky classic TV fun for the entire family. He is Rich Koz. How are you today, Rich?
Doing great, Steve. Thank you for having me on again.
Always a pleasure, Rich. This year's Halloween BOO-Nanza has double features in conjunction with the House of Svengoolie as well. What's this going to look like? Give us a little peek.
Well, it's great. It's the first time that we've had double features every week, and the second feature will always be hosted by our Sven squad, which includes the glamorous girl from Hollywood, Svengoolie, the imp, who keeps claiming that I'm his uncle, and I will refute that once again. I am not his uncle. And, of course, 800-year-old Nostalgia Ferratu, who just doesn't seem to have a grasp of things. But it's a lot of fun. And so every week I'll start out with the first movie. They'll come up with the second one. And we've got some great stuff this year. We've got some movies we've never shown before. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
House of Svengoolie's been really cool because we're seeing a lot of quote-unquote newer horror movies, I guess you would say, like the Blair Witch Project and Leprechaun, to name a few, over the last few months. What are some of the movies airing for the first time on House of Svengoolie?
Well, they've got, first of all, an old classic with Whatever Happened to Baby Jane with Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. And one thing that makes that even more interesting is not only are they battling in the movie, but they were enemies in real life. So you can kind of add a layer of that to it. And the following week after I run them, they will have Arachnophobia with John Goodman. It's another kind of horror comedy movie. Then we have really big stuff. I will be able to present Young Frankenstein for the first time, and the Sven Squad will follow it up with the original Frankenstein. So you can see some of the ways that was influencing Mel Brooks. And we wind up the month with me having The Fly, the original, and the Sven Squad brings you Return of the Fly, the sequel.
He's Rich Koz. You know him as Svengoolie. The Halloween BOO-Nanza 2025. It kicks off this Saturday on MeTV. Rich, what else does MeTV and MeTV Tunes have planned for October?
Oh, there's a lot of exciting stuff. You know, our morning cartoon show, Tune In With Me, with the cartoon curator, Bill, and his associate, Toonie the Tuna, for every morning starting October 20th right through the end of the month. They're going to have a different horror-themed show. We'll investigate different aspects of horror, and they'll also have some really great horror-based cartoons from all the big distributors like Warner Brothers. So you can enjoy that. And also, you're probably familiar with our show Collector's Call with Lisa Welchel. Sunday the 19th, Lisa is going to be talking to a guy who has an amazing, huge horror collection. So it's fascinating what this guy has and its connections to some actual movies. So we've got a lot going on, and it helps to make the whole month stay in that sort of Halloween theme.
I'm going to take it on the home front for you, Rich. What does Rich Koz's ideal movie night look like?
You know, it's hard to say because I have so many movies that I'm really a big fan of. I have to say, for the most part, my favorites really are the original Universals, the original Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, and especially Creature from the Black Lagoon, which I'm a big fan of. So if I have stuff like that, I'm perfectly happy.
You strike me as a man who's got quite a DVD collection.
Yes, I do. You can see we have cabinets all over the house that are just loaded to the brim with not just horror movies, but comedy movies as well. So it's nice. I know that when I finally do retire someday, I'll be able to spend a lot of time finally enjoying most of those.
Is there a movie you will never show on Svengoolie for one reason or another?
Oh, I'm sure. For example, some of the more modern horror that just really is mostly gore. We would not show any like the Saw movies or the movies with Art the Clown that have been very popular lately, Terrifier, because quite honestly, that's not our audience. We have a wide audience from little kids right up to senior citizens, and they expect it to be, MeTV stands for family entertainment. And I think we try to stay close to that with the movies that we show.
Whatever happened to Zalman T. Tombstone?
He's still around. He shows up every so often. His original version fell apart, but we had a special effects guy who helped put together a new version of him, and we bring him out every so often. He was always very popular, which is amazing for, a talking skull, and people just really enjoyed seeing him. And we bring him back every so often.
I hadn't seen him in a minute, so I wanted to make sure he was still alive and kicking. I still have friends that fondly remember you hosting Stooge-a-Palooza, Rich, myself included. How did that show come about? Was that your idea? Was it pitched to you? What was the origin story of Stooge-a-Palooza?
Well, actually, it was kind of a joint thing because the man who created MeTV, Neil Saban, was always a big fan of the Three Stooges, as I was. And the first time I met him, before he even hired me, we were talking about the Stooges and how much we loved them. And we decided, wouldn't it be great to do that show every week where there'd be 5 different Stooge shorts, and they would all have kind of the same theme. And I will admit sometimes it was a little bit of a stretch to get them all in there. But being a great fan, I loved doing it, and I know a lot of people enjoyed it too. We got to give some of the background information on the shorts and the actors. I got the chance actually to talk to Moe's daughter, Joan Moorer, which was a real thrill. And, it was fun. I still love the Stooges, and my love of them, I think, comes through in some of the stuff that I do.
What did Jerry G. Bishop mean to you, Rich?
Wow. Not only was he my friend, but he was my mentor. He was the guy that decided that I should be the next Svengoolie. I started working with him just by accident because he was reading jokes that people sent in to him. And I was just a fan of his from his radio and TV work. Started sending in jokes. He found out I was a broadcast student, invited me to come and watch a taping. It worked into him requesting specific stuff from me. And, anybody else could have said, hey, thanks for the stuff, kid, and ignored me, but he thought enough of me to have me work with him. I worked with him then in radio, and as I said, he was the guy that decided I should be his heir, and that was so flattering that he felt I would be able to continue it. What a generous guy, a very funny, clever guy, and he means a lot to me. I have everything to owe to him.
Weigel Broadcasting, who owns MeTV, just launched a new network dedicated to Western programming a few days ago called West. Have you had a chance to check that out yet?
Oh, yeah, it's great stuff because, a lot of times on Saturdays, before we get to the Stooges and my show, we have a whole day of Westerns, and it's great to see all that stuff. Some people forget what a huge staple Westerns were on TV. They were the biggest thing on TV, and the fact that we can kind of bring that back and have our whole network now that brings you some of those great shows is really pretty cool. And I think we're introducing them to a lot of people who maybe never saw them because obviously some of them go back to the 50s and the 60s, and it's a new audience to get to appreciate them.
Finally, Rich, last year you told me Greek Islands was your favorite restaurant in Chicago, and I guess I was just so smitten by the fact because I love Greek Islands as well. I did not ask you the necessary follow-up question. What's your go-to order at Greek Islands?
Oh, I think I really love the Slovaki. But everything there is so good, and it's always a treat to go there, especially when they do the flaming cheese thing. They light it, and they yell out, Opa. And the first time I heard it, I thought they were yelling Oprah, and I thought, why are they doing that?
He is Rich Koz. He is Svengoolie. Svengoolie's Halloween BOO-Nanza kicks off this Saturday with a lot of fun and double features on Saturday night alongside the House of Svengoolie. Rich, you're always wonderful. I want to give you the final word. Anything else you want to touch on about the Halloween BOO-Nanza or Svengoolie in general? The floor is yours.
Well, I think this is a great time of year for all of us. I think Halloween has become more important to adults as well as kids now, and it's like a big party month, and I think what we're doing helps to add to the fun. So I appreciate everybody tuning in and enjoying it with us.
He is the one and only Rich Koz, a big influence on myself and many others as well. Rich, I greatly appreciate your time. My girlfriend Catherine and I will be watching too.
Thank you, Steve. Always great to talk to you.